Alright, what's up, y'all? Just woke up. I'm sleeping. I'm just tired. Worked my overnight shift. I went to church Sunday. You know, worked last night. So I was a little tired. It's my only day on my day off that I get the opportunity to at least try to rest a little bit. It's either today or it's either on the weekend, Saturday at least. But since now I'm back to playing at church, life is changing. Yeah. So now I have to revamp since I'll be playing back at church again. So I have to readjust. And get my plan together here. So I gotta get it together. Actually stronger. Maybe my ears just playing with me. I do have to need service. Plus, I really don't play up on the top of the organ like that. Actually, I actually play it more like this here. So Sunday, I decided let me try to, play up on the board. Sundays, I try to do that. Come back up on the board. I try to come back up on the board, on the top of the board, because I was so used to doing in the middle of the keyboard for years. Actually, in the very beginning, that's how I started out in the first place. Is playing on upper main. Playing the board up top. Of course, I never played that way. I was very terrible. You deserve that. And then I played. Actually, we played the bass line up top. And then we played the chords down on the bottom. That's how we did it back in the days. Played at the top of the board. So, trying to make my brain remember all that. It took me a minute to learn to even just do that at first. Play up on the board, at the top of the board, on the organ, and I hope Thomas, if Thomas is on, I know you asked this question, but here's the here is something I wanted to share with you. Was kind of like the longer let me see, the longer that you holding
HDMI.
is somebody calling me? Hold on, y'all. Oh, my phone. All right, because hold on, y'all, because I changed my passcode. The longer, sort of the longer that you hold your chord voicing, you get a different type of you get a different response, in my opinion. You kind of start to sound like you're gonna start to sound like somebody who want to listen to you, because your playing is not boring. Um, so you're kind of I remember when I was doing it for a while, I couldn't figure out the life of me how come this and that and the other. But anyways, but I found out the longer you hold your chords for a bit, so you deserve the glory. You deserve the glory. If you're trying to give yourself a little smoother sound, hold your chords a little longer, but already know where you're going with your bass line, because your bass line is really the real deal that's going to tell the story on how smooth you are or how unsmooth you are. And I'm not just talking to Thomas, but if Thomas, if you're on here, I know you asked a question about the chords that I'm using are in my book, by the way. All right, so there's 7 sharp 9 with flat 5. The G7 sharp 5. G7 sharp 5 and minor 9 voicing, and then I got the minor chord, and I may move up the voicing up high. I might do it down and B flat, holding. And you go to your next voicing of chord. Alright, 6-9 sharp 11. Alright, D7 sharp 9 with the flat 5. Right, G7 sharp 5. And I'm playing the minor 9 voicing, C minor 9, 11 voicing. And then I might change the voicing inside. You deserve the glory. Now I'm going to the A7 sharp 9 with the sharp 5. Back to the move. Let's see. So the longer, I want to say the longer you're holding the chords, but the trick to this is, my former music teacher used to say to me, it's about how you holding the chords, because you might go, I might use a thumb, I might go, so you might want to do like some rubbing of the notes or whatever, but make them subtle where they're not so 100% obvious, like you just, you you might want to do some little grace. It's transposing from the half step up chord, or you can go half step back. Right. In other words, before you get to your target chord, you can choose um, the same chord but half step back a few key. Because if you got time, you got this count one. So this is my thing when I hear this count. I got count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and blah blah blah. I didn't do nothing there, y'all. Keep it straight. All right, this is my count. I'm counting them. And I'm always looking for an idea of grabbing another chord prior before whether it's the major move or whether it's the 7/4 voices, whether it's the sus2 move, it don't matter. Whatever the chord is that I'm already knowing what my target chord is, But the longer you hold the voicing of your chords, the more you're gonna develop this certain sound, right? It's a certain sound that you're trying to develop. So if you develop this certain layback, but know where you're going, all right? Know where you going, all right? Know where you're going, and of course it takes practice. I heard this song one time and that was it. I was like, okay, 5-chord progression. So I could probably do a whole bunch of other little ideas along the way, Remember, I could do it. Now this was my target chord, but or I can go half step back. This was my target chord, but I can do that. Or I can go up. What? Then come up. Make my way back. All I'm doing is major 7 with the flat 5 and transposing, and I may go the whole step, or I might do the half step, and then I might use the perfect 4 and do the transpose down into the minor voicing or to the major voicing. It's still the major 9 voicing I'm doing, but I'm using both of them depending on what I want to do. And I'm holding the chords long enough so you kind of like get this. You lean into it. You're leaning into it. Oh, here's another one too. You can mess around with your gas pedals. I call it the gas pedal on the organ. You might mess around with your vibratos. Mine ain't working. I got to get it serviced. But you can mess around with the vibratos. You can do whatever you want to do with the drawbars. But I might want to get that. Or I might play the major chord. I might go ba ba ba. I might go transposing the major chord down to the G, make my way up to the G minor chord. Right now, I might even just grace it. Grace it. I might even twang it. I might even do both of them. I might twang it and grace it at the same time. And then that's another, the chromatic. Target. Target up and hit. And then hold. You deserve my glory. You know, I'm just doing a minor 7 drop. Minor 7 drop. And then I'll make it with the major 7 drop. I'll do that little trip. Now I'm doing the gracing. Alright, you know, or you could do the twang. So you deserve my glory. Or whatever they say. You deserve my worship. Now, I'm gonna do the gracing. I'm actually twanging. Twang again. And twang again. Twang. I don't have to play it. You can play it straight, that's okay. That's alright, you know, if whatever the song you're doing. But if you want to give yourself a little bit more flavor, then what you do is you just basically hold it in the chord just a little bit longer. And to me, I call it you pressing into it. Now, I'm not telling you tear your keys up, but press a little bit into it, you know. Like you kind of, you playing with, what's that word I want to say? You're playing with the way you feel. I mean, I guess if you feel messed up, then you probably gonna play messed up. If you feel messed up, you gonna play messed up, I guess. But if you play like you happy, now there's some people who don't have no expression at all. They may not do no facial expression. They may not have no expression, but they feeling it. But they tearing it up though. They just all that. They feeling it. They feeling it for sure. All right. But if you playing it, you know. I'm holding it. Holding it. I had time. I'm out of the way. And I'm walking the pedals. Hanging. 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 That's that button. Now do some chop. Do a little chop too. But if you feeling it, a lot of times I don't be feeling stuff because some songs my wife be give you, I ain't feeling this. I ain't feeling it. I'll play it, but I ain't feeling it. I don't like this sound. Why is she gonna do this sound? Or whatever. Somebody sing the song, I'm not feeling it. Not because I can't play it, but I ain't feeling it. I'm like, really? So I'll just go ahead and play it, but I'm not gonna put energy into it. But I'm just saying, you playing a song, you want to feel that thing. You want to feel, you want to feel it, and you want everybody else to feel what you feeling. as long as I'm going to my 5, to the 4, alright, 3, 6, target chord, 2, right back to the 5. See, my pedals will move. Now this time I may not walk the pedals. Hello?
Yeah.
What's nothing? Come on, huh?
You all sit there.
Alright, cool. Let me go ahead and smash on the keyboard. Good luck. Alright. While you checking on, make sure I'm alright. Let me get YouTuber back in here right quick. So, you're organ player, keyboard, or you want to be one. A lot of this has to do with emotional stuff, and it's not always the chords, but you can have chords, but if you don't have any emotions behind it, you just be playing chords, and it just be kind of like, you know, it's okay, but put some feelings behind it a little bit. Put a little, you know, put a little bit of your stank to it, you know. If you got runs and chords and all this other stuff you can do. And sometimes when I'm doing the song, I won't do the rhythm yet. You deserve the. Might go work, whatever the workshop. I might go. You deserve my worship. See what I'm saying? I went a whole other way from when I first started. You deserve whatever the word, my worship. I went here. My brain wanted to think of the 7-3-6 portion, but 7-3-6 move. But you going 5 to the 4, 3, 6, 2. Right, and then I might walk it back up 2, 3, 4, back to the 5. You deserve. Now I might want to move to another movement because this is in B flat. So I might go. Let me see. 7 to the 7. Is this B flat is 1? That's the 7. So I might want to go 1, 5 to the 7. Change up 3, 6, 2, and keep it simple. You know, because simplicity is key. But yeah. So before I when I listen to stuff, whenever I ever listen to stuff, but my wife kept singing this, you deserve the glory, you deserve my worship or something. I'm like, what's she doing? You deserve, and I'm like, okay, this has got to be like 5 to the 4, to the 3, 6, 2, that's all I said. B flat. Even though this is out of the Nashville system per se, of the start of the movement, because technically the Nashville system says technically F is the 5, but we borrow the 5 on the 4. We borrowed the 5 on the 4, but technically the 4 was supposed to be E flat major versus F major, y'all. So don't forget, in music or gospel music in general, rules are being broken, right? Gospel, we break rules, so don't get disappointed when you go, oh my God, why this don't sound like we deserve the glory. You be like, why does this don't sound? We deserve the praise. Yeah, because the rules got broken because the Nashville system said major 1, minor 2, minor 3, D minor 3, C minor 2, D minor 3, and E flat is the major 4, and the 5 was F major, and the 6 is G minor, and the 7 is diminished, and back to the 1. So this song, in this case, the Nashville system would have not definitely helped the situation 100% because of the way that the song is moving, the voice with the voices of chord, with the voice of the type of chord that's being used in this movement is not happening in the way that we should think it should start on the 5, which is F. We deserve the glory. We deserve this. Ooh, see what I'm saying? So you probably I would have said, man, why the Nashville system ain't helping me with the song? It would definitely sound funny. So if I would have tried to play the song based upon the Nashville system, yes, I will be off. You deserve the glory. You deserve the praise. Now, this will be technically right because the minor chord was the 2, which would have been correct. It would have been correct for sure. But the walk back up, it's going to sound funny. C minor, D minor, E flat. So, can you imagine you trying to learn this song? You be like, oh man, I'm going to use the Nashville system. I got this song. You find out, oh my God, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. Well, you know this song started with 5, so you know there's no way in the world this song's gonna be you deserve my praise. You deserve my worship. You will be so upset, mad, because you will realize, wait a minute, the Nashville system didn't help me with this song. No, rules got broken. So just remember the rules got broken. However, within the Nashville system per se, we took the 5 chord, which was F, and we actually technically it was F, right? But because we in B flat, we took the 1 chord, which is B flat, which is the chord you will play, but we go into the 5 and F in B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is on F. And then instead of going to what I said earlier with the Nashville system would have said go to E flat, we're going down to either a major chord, which is F major, whatever inversion you want to choose. And then guess what? You can go back to B flat. Right, which is a 3. And then you can go technically to the G minor, which is a 6, but guess what? That ain't the chord at all. It's going to be an augmented chord. A B augmented, by the way. But you would have said G minor, right? It would have been wrong, right? So, and then to the 2. You can actually go back to B flat and play the B flat chord there as well. What? But technically it's supposed to be C minor, according to the Nashville system. So, theoretically, you would have been more than likely off because that's not the way the song started with that type of chord. So yeah, B flat down to F. I'm gonna use the first inversion just to simplify it. Now we have the F minor on the 3, the B augmented on the 6, and then B flat on the 2. So theoretically, from that angle, we're going B flat, F minor, B augmented to the B flat, I forgot. And then C minor, B flat, E flat. If you want to go above, let me see. Yeah, the top part would have been C minor, B flat, walk it back up. Then here I would have played the C minor 7 voicing. There's 2 ways. Well, I won't say 2 ways. We're talking about inversion. Right, I would have did the inversion of the C minor 7 voicing. All right, so this would have been, I believe, the root. Okay. All right, so I'm doing the root first, second version. C minor 7, and going to B flat, right back to C minor 7. And then that brings me back to B flat. Ba, 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 if you want to play it simple. Back to B flat. This time when I came back, now I'm on the second version of the B flat. Now I'm going to root. Now here I could have went to the first version of the minor move if I wanted to go a different route, right? So this is to simplify for our beginner level musicians, but preferably I would prefer that you guys play the dope chords or the dope route. And I'm doing a inversion of the augmented chord. And then I go to B flat, whether I want to go to first inversion or second. Right now, throw the left hand in because I got the pedals. Then that'll allow my left hand to create a different voicing. I want to play the major 9 voicing on the 5. So I'll go with the major 9 fatty or shorty or whatever y'all want to call it. So or I may just go B flat. E now because I'm throwing the left hand here. Now I'm doing E flat major 9, which is in chapter number 9 in my very first book. If I want to go to minor voicing, it's still the major 9 voicing, and I'm playing the 9-13 when I do this. When I do the 20. Or you deserve. Now I'm going tritone. Oh my goodness. Now I'm going to try major 3rd, minor 3rd, using my minor chord now, that same chord I used earlier, but inversions, root first, second version. Right? Then we're going minor 3rd again. I'm sorry, did I say minor 3rd? That should have been major 3rd, y'all. Because this is second, major, 3rd. Yeah. 4th. Am I doing the 4th? Hold on. Second, major 2nd, minor 3rd, major 3rd. Yeah, major 3rd. Doing the major 3rd there. And then I'm doing the minor 3rd voicing here when I go to the other chord. So G7, actually this is the other fat chord I put in the book. Let me see, let me open my book up. Let me open up the book. Because I start transcribing other chords. Because we could just do without the bass line. Still not making a difference. It's going to be the G7 with the sharp 5. So it's loading up right quick. But yeah, open the book, my brotherings and my sisters. For those who got your book this month, I see y'all. I don't know who y'all are individually, but I see y'all. Check my status yesterday, matter of fact. And for those who purchased their book this month, thank you. Matter of fact, why am I thanking y'all? No, you're going to thank me. You're going to thank me because I'm putting these dope chords in there. Y'all know what I mean by that. But let me see. I think it's easier if I go to my library. Let me see. Let me upload the library. Actually, I think it's a lot faster to do it this way. Man, why is it so small? I can't even see the. Hold on. Can I make this bigger? Jesus, it's small. I can't see it. Oh, you know what? I haven't uploaded the new chords in the library. Okay, scratch that. Let me see. How do I do this? Okay, let's go back to the book. All right. So let's go down here. Um, let's go to. You may hear me doing the 13s with flat nines. Um, you organ player, keyboard players. When you get this book, you going to thank me later. I'm thanking y'all just to say, hey, thank you for supporting me in this in my endeavorance of getting these books out here because I definitely want y'all to step your game up and do your thing so that way you're on point. Now I might go back in my book. Yeah. Woo! I ain't even got this, y'all. Yeah. These are the chords that I could have put in the song, but you deserve my girl. Because you remember I went here. I was on this bass line here, right? But you didn't hear me go. I got tricks up my sleeves, okay? But if you learning it the simplicity way, which is fine, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Don't get me wrong. I'm 100% fine with that because at the end of the day, alright, I was supposed to go today and double check all my chords that's in the book. I'm editing everything chapter by chapter, making sure that every chord that I put in here is what I'm talking to you guys about. But so we want to do what's the voice that I'm doing here? This one here. So let me see. Do I want to do this one? Let's see here. Let's get at this one here. So here's this one. Let me see. We could do this one too. This is another one too here. All right. So we have the 7 sharp, 7 flat 9, with the sharp 5. And in essence, that's what I'm actually playing right now. But I'm on the organ, so I won't have to spread my hands out on the board because you deserve my. So, like as I said, you deserve my whatever the words. Da da da. This is the one I'm doing now. Literally. So we have the 7 with the flat 9, 7 flat 9. Did I say sharp 9? 7 flat 9 with the sharp 5 voicing. Now when I get into the this one, all right. So that is the flat 9 sharp, the flat 9 sharp 5 voicing. The one I'm doing without the top note is this one here. All right. So let's scoop down to this voicing. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, because I start remembering. Come on, it's loading up. I start remembering that there's more than a few ways to play this thing. And see, I could have went, which I've also written that, this one, and this one right here that we're doing now. Because this is what we may do on the organ. Or the keyboard as well, if you got a bass guitar player who's sweeping behind you while you do what you do on your instrument. So I gotta figure out what chapter this is gonna fall in. This is my new book that I'm writing. Actually, it's loading. I got so many chords in here. It's like, hold on, wait a minute, hold on, give me a second, bro. It's like, hold on, 1 second. Let me, give me a minute, bro. So hold on, so I'm still letting it load up. And then let me see. There we have this one too. Let me do this one here. So let me see how I'll do this. Let me see. Let me see. that, which is the 7 with the flat 9. Okay. Let me go on and find the other one that I'm saying. Um, it's one of these chapters. I don't remember which chapter, but we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty with this. But I go in really crazy with this because I go like, man, you can do way more than this. I have another one which is the G7 with the sharp 9, sharp 5. So let's say here, this is another one that that I actually do too. So you deserve all right, and I told you I had this one, and this one. This is the one we're looking for. But I also have this voicing too, and that makes me walk up to the best. It makes me walk up to the next voicing. If I'm gonna go do that in 7, I mean, I can think of 736. This is actually the 736 kind of move, but and guess what? That same chord I did, but also this one too. And I can walk up to it. And all I did was change the left hand to the major 7 voicing. And play the same chord in the right hand and just play this voicing. Alright, so that's the 7 sharp 9 sharp 7 sharp 9 sharp 5 that way. But we want to get this other one. Alright, so hold on, let's get to this one. Let's get on to this one. And we should be scooping up on it like right here. Here it is right here. Alright. So this is the 7 sharp 5 voicing. And right here. So I have that too. Alright, so you're gonna thank me later. I'm thinking about all these chords in my head, like what can I help other musicians out there who might be looking to advance their playing to the next level, or just learn how to play period, and not so much tripping so hard about advancing it, playing to the next level. Because I ain't tripping. I'm just sitting here trying to say, okay, either way, I can learn to play this song if I learn the chords from Play by Sight. So if I open up any one of these given books, both of them actually. Matter of fact, I was gonna get both of them actually. Especially if you're a beginner or intermediate, whatever you want to say you're at. As far as I care, you could be an advanced level musician and you just don't know the name of the chords you're playing, but you just know that you're playing some nice chords, but you just don't know what they are. This book is also for you too. Nobody is being nobody is being exempt. I guess my job texted me and I didn't even see it. Nobody is being. That text just came. What time is it? Oh, that text literally just came through. 8:46. 8:46. Oh yeah, I didn't even see it. I just happened to look and say what. It must be my supervisor. I don't know why she got my name wrong, spelt wrong. My name is not spelled Andrea. It's my day off. No, I don't want to. I want my time spent to focusing on this. But so yeah. With that being said, what was I gonna say? So I'm putting these chords in the book so that we all gonna have these dope chords, nice chords, fat chords. And so when I listen to the song, I don't want to play the song on live because I already got a YouTube strike already from playing this lady's song. So I'm back off already. I already got, I think, 2 already in 2 days back to back. So let me lay low so I don't get another one. But yes, if you play the organ and you want to have that sweet sound or that laid back sound or way of playing, you hold your chords long enough, not too long, but just long enough to get a point across. And I had to learn that, not even the hard way. Actually, it was, I guess for me, it was already in my DNA. Because when I first was learning, this is the first chords I learned how to play. I felt that if as long as I know what the chord I'm doing, and know where I'm heading, it's kind of like a roadmap. You trying to go to wherever you're trying to go. Let's say you trying to go to San Francisco or wherever you live. You live in Sacramento. You trying to get to San Francisco. You already know the roadmap how to get there from Sac to San Francisco by which highways you need to jump on or whatever. So of course, for some of us who live in Sacramento, to get to San Francisco, you just basically ride out 80. Period. I-80. You ride I-80 all the way out until you get to 101. Now I know there is another route that you can get to San Francisco, but shoot, that's the long route. But if you're trying to get to San Francisco the straight route, you're gonna ride 80 all the way on out till you get to 101, because there's no other highway action that you would have to go from SAC. So you just basically a straight shot. I call that the straight shot. I-80 to 101. That's it. All right. Now from my house to get to church or get to San Francisco, I got to do some few things, a few highway interchanges along the way. I gotta go 4, 2, 42, 680, 24, and then eventually a small. Is it a small portion? Let me think. Hold on. Is it a small portion of 580? Let me think. Hold on. After 680, 24. I think I have to do a small portion of 580. It's a small portion of 580 and a very small portion of 880, or 880 or 980, whatever it is, and then 101. That's y'all probably say, man, that's a whole lot you got to do, but I consider mine still a straight shot because it's not like I'm going around a whole bunch of mulberry bushes, but that's a lot of highways to jump onto. So I'm just saying, music can be the same scenario. Once you get on this highway to heaven course, once you get the highway to heaven course, I might call my next book the Highway to Heaven course. But Play My Sight, edition number 3 is coming. All right, but these 2 books already has given y'all the map, the road map to get to your success, to knowing what chords to play in your repertoire. Because I always keep saying, without chords, you can't create chord progressions. That's just the bottom line. And especially if you don't have perfect pitch or perfect ear or whatever you want to call it, to sit here and listen to a song and you'd be like, oh, okay. I tell the story. I'm just gonna put this thing on. My wife said, hey, one Sunday I will never forget it. One Saturday night, but I won't forget it. My wife came to me one day. I'm in here practicing all day. And I believe I had asked her a few times, hey, what you want to do on Sunday? So I'm practicing on everything else because I never heard back from her about anything. So she's at work. She comes home. I believe it was 9:30 or so, and she goes, I've been listening to this song all day. I'm like, okay, alrighty then. But I want to do this song Sunday. New song. I ain't never heard it in my life. New song. I'm like, okay. And all the rest of the songs you already know. Ain't no big deal, whether you winging it or not. Because she cracks me up because she says I wing stuff a lot. She be saying I'll be winging it. Even if I don't know it, I'll be winging it. She be like, I know you winging it because I know you don't be practicing on that stuff, which she wasn't lying. Because I'll be practicing on a whole completely nothing. They ain't got nothing to do with what they're going to be doing it on Sunday morning. So she goes, I want you to listen to the song. She was trying to sing it to me before going to bed or before you jumping in the shower real quick. And I was like, oh, okay, here we go. It sounded simple. But then also in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a little bit complex because I haven't heard the music per se. So I'm thinking this is going to be real, like, okay, some work done. 10:30, she finally, about 10 o'clock, she finally tells me what the song is because she goes and get in the shower. She comes out, oh, yeah, I'm going to sing you the song. Boom, hits my little thing, I pop it on. She goes to bed. she's asleep. I'm still up. Now, luckily, I had just started learning how to deal with my scales and deal with the Nashville system. But I also have my own system too, which is you guys getting it in the very first book. My own little Bishop Draster system that I use to do what I do. So she gave me the song, went to bed, closed my door, put on the song, and this is what I heard. Now, before I played, I was already, if y'all hear me when I said, I was just already trying to learn the Nashville system. Okay, the 1 is major, the 2 is a minor, the 3 is a minor, the 4 is major, the 5 is a major, the 6 is a minor, the 7 is diminished, right? And I'm practicing in all 12 keys. You know, the whole thing. Major, D flat major, minor, minor, major. I'm doing this for right before she even showed up. And in all 12 keys. So I click on the song. I said, let me see what she talking about. Now, if I like what the band doing, I might mimic it. If I don't like what the band doing, then I gotta do what I do, what I do, what I do. And that's just start coming up with my own little solution to the madness. So I put on the click and I said, let me hear it. Let me see. I might have to fast forward this.
There are times when in my own worship space, I look for what I call the sound of heaven.
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward. So I'm thinking like, man, I'm gonna be up all night doing this, because by the time she really told me, it was about 10 something. When church starts, Sunday school was at, because we were religiously going to Sunday school every Sunday for 9 o'clock. I think it's 9:30, whatever it is. So I'm like, oh my God, pressure on y'all. So I'm like, okay, hold on. I might use the Nashville system, or I might just use my own system. Or I might just hum this out and maybe I'll catch it. So I use the Nashville system and my system at the same time. So let's check it out. Hold on. Let me go faster. Alright, this is what I got.
Pastor and First Lady Jenkins for allowing me to call my brother
Key check.
Stephen Hurd. We're just gonna worship some
C,
more.
D flat.
Our God is amazing.
D, E flat.
And He's wonderful.
E flat.
We can rejoice right there because He is. Just that. God, we lift you and bless you
okay.
and
Key check.
praise you. We give you our best
We're going E flat for sure.
with the lifting of our hands and the lifting of
Keyboard
our
doing
voices.
something.
Continue to receive our offering.
Oh, okay.
Receive our best.
I know where we're going.
Because we understand that there's
E
nobody
flat.
like you
So
in
at
all
least I got that
the earth.
established.
And we're not ashamed to lift you.
Now she's pitching.
Actually, we freely do it.
Pitch the key.
We freely worship. We freely worship.
Now my battle over with.
We freely worship. We freely.
Now I went back to the system. I said, we in E flat. Let's go. Let's go. Major 1, minor 2, minor 3, major 4, major 5, minor 6, diminished 7, and then back to the 1. Okay, I know where we're going. I got an idea. Now I have to see what is the pattern now. What we gonna start on the 1, we're gonna start on the 2, what we gonna start on the 3, we're gonna start on the 4, what we're gonna do, start on the 5, what we're gonna do, start on the 6, or we're gonna start on the 7, what we're gonna start at. So now this is what I'm gonna listen for.
Worship. We freely worship you.
Alright, here we go.
And we cry, oh, oh, oh. There's nobody like you, Lord.
I don't care what the keyboard player does.
Nobody like you, Lord.
Got it. Okay. 6 minor.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
4, A flat. Okay.
There's nobody like you, Lord.
1, E flat. Okay.
Nobody like you, Lord.
Oh, B flat
And
Okay, I got this. That's all I did, y'all. Now I wanted to get the rhythm in. So let's see. So what was the rhythm in?
oh, oh,
Okay.
There's nobody like you.
Alright, got the rhythm in. I got the chord. I'm done. Let's go. So I put on my click track and I was like, okay, we got this. Let me see what the speed was. I said, let's see here. Slower. Now people say learn the melody line, right? I heard the melody line, but my ears immediately go for the bass line and and whatever. And I cry. I didn't do all that. Nobody like you, love. That's my ears hear the bottom. Nobody like you, love. So immediately I got the chorus already. Here we go. C minor and 7. 4. That was all I did. Believe it or not, this is how I did it in church. Now, my wife didn't know what I was doing. She done fell asleep. She was out. We get up to go to church that morning. Praise team get ready to do their thing after Sunday school. She's going, hey, you ready for that song? I'm like, am I ready for the song? Yes, I am. She said, are you sure? Okay, well, you know, if you don't think I'm ready, then okay, we're gonna see. Of course, we sped it up just a hair, a little bit more. Of course, I had a drummer at the time, and so as soon as I hit the click track, we got going. And I can play this simple. I didn't do anything fancy. She looks over at me. Oh, okay. I like to speed it up there. Come on, TikTok. She looks over here like, oh, okay. And then they start doing the song. That's how I play it. I didn't do anything special, y'all. They just song that I just played. Kept it simple. That's all I did. Play it safe. After that, I was like, you know what? That was as simple as I thought it would be. That went smooth, right? But when I got home, I'm like, okay, I got tired of playing the same thing. Because I was nervous. I wasn't sure if I was going to freak out on me and get scared. So now I get home, I'm trying to think of ideas. My bad. So I started thinking some ideas outside the book. Tritone. Give me some sus. Major 7 voicing. Sus 2s. Diminished move. Major 9, 13s. Alright. Major 9, 13, Major 9, 11. What? Hey, stop. 9, 13, sharp 11. Major 9, 13, wide. I'm using a sus for it. Or the secret sauce go. Alright, so. You gotta have chords. You gotta know chords. If you don't know chords, you can't pull this off. Remember? Watch this. Nobody like you. Nobody like you. I did the drop. Minus 7 flat 5 drop. Major 7 flat 5. Actually, this is really your 7 sharp 9 with the flat 5, sharp 5. Then I catch you off guard when you don't see it coming. D minor 9, C minor 9, D flat minor 9, D minor 9, If I have time, remember it's a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and 4. And I have time to do some other stuff in there along the way. So from where I was in the beginning, you know, which is okay. Which is okay. Put it in the pocket. I can go somewhere because now here's the thing. 6, 4, 1, 5. So if I can remember 6, 1, 4, 5, so at 6, 4, 1, 5, then I can go wherever I want to go in that movement, and I can slide all over the place if I want to. Of course, y'all, I never ever has gone back to this song because by this time COVID came up and we was on lockdown. We was on lockdown. Actually, we did do the song again. I was here. I did do these other little extra movements, and my wife looks over at me like, don't do that. in the middle of the service, y'all. So we did go back to it again. But like I said, told you after that happened, I came home and said, you know what? Let me throw some stuff in here, bud. My wife looked over me and looked at me with this look like, while she's in the middle of singing the song, she's looking over at me like, don't do that. don't do that to the song. Don't do that. Don't do that to the song. I said, but I didn't do nothing. She was like, don't do that, son. Bishop Drayster Clark, don't do that to the song. Okay. Okay. Keep it straight. She looking at me like, don't do that. Whatever you doing, stop doing that. She's like, don't do that, bro. She said, let me tell you something. I would never forget. It was funny. She was like, she said, babe, don't do that. Don't do that. That, not that it didn't sound right, but she was like, and y'all, and I didn't do a lot. It was just a few moves, and I said, let me do something different in this song, and she was not feeling that. She was like, she was like, don't do that. No. So I didn't do no more. I haven't played this song. I don't know how long. It's been a minute. It's been a long minute, and that was back during COVID time. But yeah, I did it again, but I didn't. I kept it straight. There's nobody like you know. Kept it straight. There's nobody like you know. Cause sometimes it's not about you. She's like, this is a worship song. This ain't no, you know. She didn't mind me doing that. All I'm doing is versions of the chord that I'm going to. She don't mind me doing that. But as soon as I do this, babe, don't do that. You don't like that? I'm just flavorizing it. Yeah, but it's doing too much. So, I'm careful for what I do in the song, just like the other one. What was the name of it? You Deserve My Glory. You deserve my glory. Whatever it was. Actually, this was slower. You deserve my glory. Da, 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 I don't do all that crazy stuff, you know. Keep it, you know, simple. You know. I don't do all that stuff. It's just the -7 drop, and then I might go to the -9 drop. I'm surprised I ain't even doing my little thing that I wrote. Actually, I forgot. No, hold on. I forgot it. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. There it is. Let's find out when we doing this. Ah! This stuff I written. Nobody showed me this stuff. Ah! Of course, you know, I have my own little pace of doing stuff, so I'm not all the way 100% sounding so boring, but to myself at least. I'm coming back with some with my practice on. Right now, I gotta put stuff in front of me, which I do have stuff in front of me. To study. I gotta get back on it. So here's my play-by-side, Bishop Drayster Clark's books. My website is Bishop Drayster Clark. Matter of fact, Bishop Drayster Clark .info. That's my website over there at Bishop Drayster Clark hotchords.info. And again, thank you for those who has already put their order in for your own books. Yes, so if I were you, get both of them. The first one and the second one, because the first one, I started out with the heat, and my second one, I gave you the fire. And now my next book, I'm giving you the inferno, because the rest of it, most of the rest of it is going to be some serious infernorism chords in there that that we must have in our repertoire, period. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Let me respond to my supervisor. I'll pass. Thanks for asking. I'll pass. Thanks for asking. Not that I have to respond to it, but I'm just a nice guy. So yes, with that being said, I'm a little. I think I'll make my way come back. It's, you know, it's just because I've been messed up for. It's not messed up, but a little sick for a minute. This Leslie out here is fire. Actually, all I had to do is get the. I might even try to put this kit in. It's the Leslie kit to get my Leslie to stop spinning. So I might even try to go ahead and do it myself. I might teach myself to be an organ technician. I did electronical, in school back in the days, but I might go ahead and install it. So I keep saying I'm gonna do it. I had to let that thing cool off because it's too hot to be trying to mess with right now. And then I have to find out what's making my tabs for the vibrato great. I'm surprised it's actually giving me this much. And I got it floored I'm surprised they even giving me this much. Oh, it's giving me more? Today's giving me a little bit more. It's a little louder than it was yesterday. I'm not sure why. So we have the upper manual swell. For the upper manual, the vibrato swell controls the upper manual. I didn't know that. So as soon as I turn it off, in the off mode, then we get the organ. Hold on, wait. What happened to my? Oh, that's crazy. Look at that. Now when I go to the vibrato swell, it controls the bass. What? As soon as I hit click off, you can't hear it. What? Now I just learned that just now. Snap. So now, as I said, the upper manual, the vibrato swell. As soon as I click on off, click down on off mode, I got pedals. But now as soon as I do that, it's off. And then the same thing. And then the vibrato great controls the lower manual. And as soon as I go back on the off mode, as soon as I turn it off, I get that. So it's kind of weird. I don't know. That started happening actually in 2023. I was kind of sick at the time, and I didn't trip off of it until recently, since I've been in here practicing a little bit on the organ. And then of course it also operates the knob over here as well. That's why I was saying I'm surprised. It's not changing. Any organ techs out there can tell me why this is not happening? I'm pretty sure 9 out of 10 something came loose of it. Yeah, so it was working at one point, but for now, I'm using the in the off mode for it to play. Now, Leslie, of course, I told you to switch. I don't think it's an issue with the switch. Because I had just recently got the switch done by L.A. Jones before he passed away. So there's nothing wrong with the switch. Actually, is the information that's swinging through the wiring, I guess, to the relay, to the I'm hoping that it's probably in the preamp down here that maybe is stuck. It almost shut off. What? It almost shut off. I had my luck already. I already clicked down. Yeah, it started slowing down for a split second. Whoa, is it stopping? Oh, I thought it was gonna stop. It was slowing down. So the relay is off. It's like, what? Hey, no, I'm not gonna shut off. Right now my horns are spinning. So whenever you go to the left, the horns just stop spinning. Mine, I have a 1 speed. So 1 speed just it doesn't turn. I don't have a 2-speeder on here where your Leslie just goes. This one here, once you go to left, it's off. I'm surprised it's giving the click side. It actually keeps pausing like it wants to stop spinning. And the thing is, at first, I didn't get the click sound. Now I'm hearing the click sound, like click, click. I'm hearing it clicking this, but it wasn't doing that for a while at first. See, click, click. So at least it's actually trying to communicate, but now I heard that I'm wondering what fuse do I have in this doing thing. Because I heard that there's a fuse that goes into the preamp right before you plug in. I'm wondering if I got the wrong. I'm wondering if I have the wrong fuse in there. Because if I have the wrong fuse, then I have to take that fuse out. I think it's supposed to be a 1.5, from my understanding. If it's the wrong fuses in there, that also could be the issue why it won't respond properly. I'm just assuming. I haven't had a chance. Right now it's hot, so I ain't gonna put my hands down there and play around with it. But I have a feeling that probably that fuse is wrong or blown out one. Because all of a sudden, it had tripped out when I first realized it a while back, right before I got sick. But this boy, and I put some JJs in there, the tubes. I didn't buy the normal tubes that I normally would get. It's called Tompkins tubes. I didn't buy those. I got the JJs. I bought 2 JJs, matter of fact, actually. They both lit. I got I bought 2 JJs. Actually, I bought 1, 2. I think it's 1, 2, 3, and a small 4. The small one. And they're I'll buy JJs. I call them JJs. Production or whatever the name of the company is. They have good prices for their tubes. And I bought all of them, and so all of them are all lit up. They actually look pretty, actually, matter of fact. They all pretty lit up down in. So I have got the 3 tubes. The 2, I forgot what it is, a 255 or 2550 or whatever it is. So I got that, and then the little small tube that's right before it, and I purchased that I don't remember what it is, an AU something, whatever. So I replaced that, and then was hoping that the Leslie would stop stop spinning. But I didn't really check the fuse to see if the stupid fuse is actually off or not working, or had blown out one. But generally, from my understanding, if that blows out for my gathering, the preamp or the preamp would not give me sound. In fact, actually, matter of fact, even if I go down there and pull the fuse out right now, the organ will go silent. Everything will still run like it's supposed to. The Leslie and all that will run, but you won't get sound. I kind of remember one day changing it out sometime way back, but I don't know if I actually put the wrong fuse in there, and I probably got the wrong fuse in there, probably. So thinking that all fuses the same. Anyway, this is the Bo Bishop. But for the most part, that the speaker on there was the original speaker. Yeah, the original speaker that came with the Leslie when I bought it. Even L.A. Jones was like, man. When I got it way back in the days, it had to been. It was, of course, long before 2000. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me see. I got it in 2000 and I don't remember what year. It might have been 2002 2002, 2004, somewhere when I finally got this Leslie. But when I got it, it was actually in good shape. Matter of fact, spinning, turning on and off when I finally got the Leslie. Actually, Bob Schleicher was the first one who came over here and put the Leslie switch in, and then it didn't last very long for whatever reason. Then I tried to get hold of him, but then I had found out he was sick and then he had passed away. So I was like, oh man. So then, of course, L.A. Jones had came over prior to him passing away and worked on my organ and everything. And I can't remember what year that he passed away. It was, man, I think it's been already 5 years now, I think, 4 or 5 years now. But he had came over and oiled up the organ and said, man, your organ is in really good shape, bro. Out of many organs I've fixed, man. And I was like, yeah, but because I believe Bernard Chuck Webb back in the day was intending to purchase this organ back then in 1998 or 99, I believe it was, somewhere back that far back, because I didn't let me see, I might even have it wrong, hold on, I have to do my math here. So I came here in 2000, where I'm at now, so 10 years before, y'all get the count, y'all figure that out. 10 years prior, I was gonna give it 1990 or somewhere, but I know it had to been 10 years prior, because me and my wife lived in San Francisco at first, and then that's how I got the organ from this church, from a preacher by the same name as the person who I was trying to connect with, which was I think at that time he was Minister Don Phillips back then, and somehow I lost his number, and anyway called the operator and they gave me 3 different people's numbers, and so I started calling these numbers, and one was disconnected, the other one was the wrong person, so he's like, hey man, I'm not into that. And so then finally this man calls me back, and I thought it was Minister Don Phillips at the time, who I originally talked to before about getting my hands on having an organ, because he had connections. But anyway, the other person on the other lines calls you back, and the next day say, hey man, I hear you possibly looking for an organ or something like that. I'm like, yeah. So I was like, what's your name? He's like, yeah, my name is Don Phillips. So I'm thinking I'm talking to Minister Don Phillips, but because he never identified himself as Reverend at the time. So he says, if you're interested, come by this church. So me and my wife dropped by the church. I think the following day after, 2 days later, and I'm like, man, this is the Baptist church. This ain't Koji. Wait, hold on, I didn't know Minister Don Phillips back then. There, he the Minister Don Phillips. I didn't know he was Baptist. Whoa, man, So the deacons went to go get the pastor, and he came and he said, hey, I'm Reverend Don Phillips. I'm like, you're not the same guy that I'll talk to. And so me and my wife were looking at each other. We was like, what? She said, that ain't the person you was talking to. I said, no, I thought he was Don Phillips, Minister Don Phillips, you know, the light-skinned guy, Minister Don Phillips, I thought that was him. This dude is dark. dark Reverend Don Phillips. I was like, oh, okay. He said, yeah, I'm a pastor of this church with mine. I'm like, oh, okay. So we went in, and so he let me go, gave me choices, options. Door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, to check out what instruments they had stored in the church. And they had a big church. So I was like, oh, okay. So went in there and went to door number 2. I don't know why I didn't pick door 1 or 3, but I picked door 2. Let's try door number 2. It's just gonna be my luck when I try door number 2. So he'll pop open door number 2. He went ahead and opened up door number 1 and 3, but we went to door number 2, and almost instantaneously, because the organ was covered with a blanket, a nice organ blanket, I guess, is to keep the dust from it, and it was closed down and everything. The first thing I looked down was the legs. That was the first thing that caught my eyes, was the legs on the side, because it was against the wall, and I was like, something special is right here in this room. And so he was like, hey, you want to look at door number 1 and door number 3? I'm like, okay. I slid on over to door number 2. That's okay. And slid over to door number 1. I'll pass. Then he said, oh yeah, by the way, we have a basement. I'm like, nah. My wife goes, nah, we don't do the basement thing. Well, it's like, no sir, that's okay. We don't do the basement thing. Anybody know about the story about the basement stuff? Nah, my wife said, no sir, we don't do the basement thing. So I was like, well, let's go on here and check out door number 2. Go in there, because I'm looking at the legs and I'm like, man, that looked like a B3 Hammond organ for sure. I'm telling my wife, I'm like, I know that's a B3 Hammond organ in there for sure. I know. She's like, how you know? The legs. I'm telling you, I can see the bottom of the legs, like, because they had the whole organ covered, but they didn't have that leg down there covered. And I'm like, I know that's got to be the B3 Hammond organ. I know for sure. So Deacons uncovered it. Sure enough, I was like, see, I told you. I knew it. I just knew it was a Hammond organ up in here. The B3 for sure. So I popped it open. And all the drawbars was intact. Percussions, all of those were working. Everything was working actually, except it didn't have a Leslie switch. It did come with a organ Leslie. I don't even want to even call it a Leslie. Actually, I call it an organ speaker. Just the speaker just basically in the cabinet. It had the plug-ins and everything. I plugged everything in, powered it up, and the organ cranked up like almost immediately, like as if it ain't never had an issue in this world. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, okay. So of course we went to do the negotiation and whatnot. But at the time, at the very end of the negotiation, he was saying, before I can do anything, I need to make some communication, some contact with Renard Webb. Now, here's the backstory to this, that I had saw Renard Webb about 2 months prior, actually, at True Hope. And prior to that, he was ill and sick, and he had been in the hospital, and some things were going south on him and stuff like that, health wise. So I had ran into him at True Hope, and at that time when I saw him, I'm like, man, in my mind, I'm like, man, you don't look too well. And of course, he stopped to talk to me about it a little bit. I can't expose the situation, but he had went on ahead and was telling me his situation. I was like, oh man, I'm like, bro, I mean, I'm just gonna pray for you. Now at the time, I did not know that he actually was working on this organ, but never went back to finish working on the organ, or actually finish paying for working on the organ. I'll put it that way. So I didn't know this at the time. This is 2 or 3 months prior to me even running into this reverend to get this organ. So when we ended the conversation toward the end, I said, well, whoever has put money on this instrument, get back to them, get back to me, and we'll holler in about 30 days. Had I not known that we was gonna move in 30 days from San Francisco to Vallejo, so 30 days had come up. I came back with the U-Haul truck with our furniture and everything. We moved to Vallejo. So whether I was gonna get that organ or not that day, or another day, or another time, or somewhere, whatever, I came back 30 days later, and then he says, yeah, I never heard back from Renard Webb, and at that time I didn't give it thought at that moment because I wasn't really tripping about his situation, man. I was thinking like, what? So, anyways, I guess apparently, for whatever reason, he decided that, you know what, since I'm not unable to make contact with him or anybody in the family or whatever, go ahead and do what we gotta do. And I just handed him the envelope. He helped me load up the organ onto the truck. We get to where we going to Vallejo, and then I didn't find out until I want to say 3 to 4 weeks later. It might have been even longer than that. That's when I had found out that Renard Webb had passed away, and I was like, "What the?" Because somebody had aired it on social media, and I was like, "Nah, not this. Nah, this can't be the Renard Webb everybody talking about. This got to be somebody else." And sure enough, he had passed away. So rest in peace, Renard Webb, the man, the legendary Renard Webb. For I want to say, I think I talked to his daughter, Candace. I think I'm saying it right, Candace. And I was like, "Your dad blessed me with this organ." And in a mysterious way, this didn't happen just by luck. It was just happening for a reason. But this is how I got the organ. So yeah, so that's the backstory on how I got the B3 Hammer organ. I didn't spend thousands of dollars for it. I spent a very reasonable amount. My Leslie, I got it at an antique store. I was going to the barber shop getting my hair cut, and this is antique store across the street. I kept seeing a bunch of people every weekend going over there, taking stuff over there, bringing stuff out, and I'm like, man, what they got going on over there? So finally, after a few times of getting my hair cut, I said, man, I'm gonna take a sneak peek over there and see what's happening in this store, because I know my wife likes to get stuff for the drums for the church and stuff like that. So I was like, man, they had drums and stuff there, and they had horns, they had a little everything. Antique store, they're supposed to have antique furniture, had stuff in there that I never would have thought that in a million years that they would have pianos, keyboards, drums, horns. They had, of course, antique furniture, couches, chairs, lights, fixtures, all this stuff. And I never would have thought in a billion years that they had the Hammond organ in there. They had, as a matter of fact, they had the Hammond organ. They didn't have the B3. They had the C2 or the C3 or whatever y'all call it. The A100. They had the A100 in there. They had at least, when I looked in there, about 5 organs in there. They had a house organ, and I was like, I'm good. The house Hammond organ. Call it the house Hammond organ. So, and then they had Leslie speakers in there. They had the 122. They had the tall one. I forget what they call that one. They had the 145. And I was like, y'all, what? And so anyway, kind of the same scenario with the Leslie speaker. The guy said someone was looking at it, but they never came back to get it. For a couple of times that whoever it was at the time was looking into getting one of the Leslies, but never came back to get it. So I said, okay, I'll give it about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks before I can even come up with any type of monies to afford to buy a Leslie speaker. So I think it had been about a month or so, at least, like give or take 4 weeks before I even got the Leslie speaker, because I had other bills that was going on and happening, and I just couldn't afford to purchase it. So one day, I don't know, money came from somewhere out of the blue, and so went back over there, and it's like, hey man, after getting my hair cut, hey, has anybody come over to get this Leslie speaker yet? He says, no. All right, okay. And I tested them, all of them, well, actually maybe 3 of them. And the only one that sounded like he was gonna be beneficial to me was the 45, 147, 145, 147. So I was like, well, okay, let's put my name on it. So you put my name on the thing and put it on hold. I had to put a down payment because they asked you for a little down payment. So and I was the only one who put a down payment on it at that time. And I think I only put like $15 or something like that, 25, 15 to $20, somewhere like that. And then I was like, okay, I'll come back whenever I have the rest of the money. And then if I don't have the rest of the money and somebody else come with the money, then that's my loss basically. And that's just kind of how I saw it. So I was like, so I ended up coming back after get about a month later or so, give or take, and it was still sitting, it was still holding. In fact, actually, the man called me up because you had to give your number and your information because after a certain amount of time, I don't know if it's 30 days or whatever it was, they start calling you, hey man, you plan on coming to get this because it's just sitting in my store, and so they want to know if you gonna come and pick it up. So I ended up going over there about like almost a month later, and money came out of the sky somewhere. Lots of money actually came out the sky. That let's see what you. They have a saying that says, "Watch what you pray for." I was like, man, I need lots of money. So money came from out of no man's land. So I went over there with my monies, and I was like, yo, how much? Me and my wife actually went. I can't remember what card did I have then. I think I had the scraper. I call it the scraper. I forgot what card did I have then. I forgot. I might have had my Saturn or something. I think I had the Saturn. I call it the scraper. Anyway, we went back over there. The man was like, oh, cool, you back? Okay, cool. So he was like, well, actually, my wife asked the question, how much you want to sell this to us for? And he's like, I don't care. Just give me whatever y'all got, whatever, because I want this stuff out of my store because it's just cluttering up the store. And I'm like, okay. Of course, me, I have a heart. I'm like, well, did anybody come back asking for it or inquiring? He said no one came back to inquire anymore. And that's a whole month. So I'm thinking like, man, okay, nobody came back to claim it. So I got it. And he's like, hey, man, how much do you want to pay? And I was like, $60. He was like, okay, all yours. Ran it up, and I think I only paid with tax. It was like $4, $60-something. He was like $65 and some change. That's how much I paid for my Leslie. $65 for the 45, and this boy is no joke. $45, $60, $65 totally, y'all, for this Leslie. This Leslie kills. It gets though. I remember our pastor came over and his wife came over because we had went out of town to go get the B300 organ that we had at the church. We eventually gave it over to Devin. Older Walkers, and we got another one, but I remember them coming over to my house, and I think I had the organ outside in the garage at the time, and the church was like, "Oh man, you got an organ?" I'm like, "Yeah. How'd you do that?" I worked, saved my money. How did you even do that? When y'all paid me every week, I told the pastor to hold the money. He didn't tell you. This is the wifey, his wife. She's like, what? She said, babe, that's a nice organ. You need to bring that to the church. And I looked at her. I was like, are you for real? You must be pulling my leg, cause you think I'm finna. You tripping? That organ looks clean. Our organ needs take some cosmetic cleaning or something. Anybody who know the organ had that lion with the lion on the front and the side. But anyway, so yeah, it was like she was like, nah, you don't play the mess out of this organ at the church for all the time you've been here. You need to bring that organ in here because that organ really sounds nice. I'm like, she was like, what kind of laugh is that? You think I'll bring this hand organ to? No. Of course, you know, Elder Devin came and anointed the Hammond organ when we brought it into the house from the garage to the inside here. But this is crazy. But anyway, Elder Watkins anointed this organ, y'all. This organ has been oiled by the hands of the maestro himself. Nehemiah Johnson, let me see who else. Maestro Rock, and my music teacher actually. Those guys, man, has come over and smashed on the organ. I haven't really had anybody else come over and rock and roll on the organ, but those are the only ones who anointed my organ. They put the oil on it. But Thomas, if you're on my brethren or whoever, all I'm just saying is, hold your course longer. It'll make you sound different, but don't too long though. So, you know, depending on the beat of the song, whatever, you know, you just want to get in and off of it. Know your target move. Know your target move, right? Get on it, get off of it, but be on it long enough so your volume avoid the sound that you're trying to give off on the organ is meaningful, or is, I almost want to say attack, but I don't want to use the word attack. I prefer to use it as you know where you're going. In a better sense, it's like, you know, okay, I gotta get here, I gotta get here, I gotta get here, I gotta get here. But okay, but know where you're headed. Know where you're headed. See, I hold the chord. Holding it, right? Because we already know organ, you could chop. The chop depends on the situation, but yes. So it does make a difference. See, I know, and I'm off of it. I'm on it. I'm off of it. I'm off of it. I'm off of it. But I'm holding. And they say drawbars do matter. And I'm using the two drawbars, the two white ones, to give me the sound that I want. When I switch over to the other drawbars, I may pull out maybe a piece of the black one, give some brightness slightly. I don't want that much. Right, so, because my ears are sensitive, so I try to minimize the little tone in the top of my ear, too much in my ear, and try to balance it. And I call this pressing. Not that you're gonna break the keys, but you press into it. Let me start hitting that switch. wave my hand. That was sloppy, but it worked out. It worked out. I didn't even have an intent on playing what I just did a minute ago. That was an accident. That was an accident, but it worked in my favor. And the other thing is I'll just allow in your left hand the voicing. Let your hand do it. Your left hand. So it's kind of like I might go left hand first, right hand follow. So it's like. And the right hand will follow. So it's kind of like you or you can simultaneously do it at the same time. Sometimes my left hand want to do it first. Simultaneously that time? Simultaneously? Now I might do simultaneously, then I might jump back. Then I might go right hand first. It's all depends. But the bottom line is I'm grinding into it. So I'm just grinding into this. I'm pressing into it. And you don't have to necessarily play this same chord here. Because now you understand what you're doing. I might move the voicing. I might go up here. I might even. I might want to do all that. I ain't warmed up. I'm just saying I might not want to keep doing I might want to do that. You deserve. Still be going. I might go. I might come up on the pedal. So I might switch up, you know, because this is the same movement here. You just moving the chord up here. I'm moving around. May do it this way. See, that make me go there. Then right to the move. You deserve the glory. major. Might do the major move. I'll use some other idea. Let me start hitting the drop. I got a habit hitting that, what you call it? You can do everyone. And to play all those moves. You deserve, here we go. I'm walking up, I'm walking up, coming up to it now. Instead of me going down on the pedals now. You deserve the glory. You get walking up to it too, you know what I mean? I can't get my slide, so. I ain't got my Sunday school shoes on, Sunday socks on. My slide is. I ain't got my sliding socks on. Put my slider socks on. I ain't got my sliders on. Let's see. I think if I was wearing my other tube socks. You already have to know your target chord to pull this off, so that's the reason why you hear musicians probably playing around with the pedals, because you're like, what is he doing? How is he doing that? Sliding up. You're like, how is he doing that? I'm a high F now. On the 5. Well, you might hear the walk down to y'all. I just did the slider, but I'm just saying. I gotta get my body in the same spot. But anyway, like I said, can you deserve? I already know I'm heavy, but I wanna go back up. I'm gonna go got that buck. Now I want to go down. Walking that Instead of going down to the E flat bottom, I'm going to the high E flat. That's gonna lobby the So it allows me to move this time because I don't have to stay in the same spot. And then sometimes you get to walk. Some people use 2 feet to do it. I was trying to do the slide. Oh, late. I had to press. It'll probably be better if I use 2 feet actually. Pull this off. Now I'm using 2 feet now. High F, down to E flat. And I'm gonna use the high D, G, high G, to high C. Then I walk up. Then I'm probably gonna use both feet. Back to let's go to low. Now let's see. Let's go to A, high A. I might want to do that. Okay, I don't have the B up here. So I'll have to. I got a high B flat. I took the stem off of my, what's called it, and replaced it somewhere else. Changing beats! Woo! High F, both on low and high. High, both F and E flat. Right, then I might do the high on the pedal. I'm just switching foots this time, so man, I ain't never did this before. My right foot. This takes practice. Let's see. Yeah, this takes practice to do this, but yeah. Let's see. Right foot. Let's see. Left foot. Right foot. Left foot. Right foot. Let me try this one. Y'all heard me hit the C sharp, so I go. That's it. Up, down. Ah. information here. So let me see. My left side's the strongest, so then I'm trying to come with my right. Then the right side, left, to the right. Yeah, this is not easy to do, but it's not hard actually neither too, because I just gotta study it. Oh, let me see, do that again. Let's see. Once you start doing it, practicing, because I'm gonna go E flat to A to high D to I guess we go low G and high C. So I have to switch the feet. And play this slower. It's not easy, huh? Woo. Gotta practice this for a lot. That's with any song. Now my brain's on this, locked in on this song. B flat. It's like you gotta tell your brain which one you want to do first, and this will kind of, I don't know, separate you from the boys and the men's and the boys, but not necessarily. It's just that, you know, you just want to be creative. That's all. So I love you, Lord. So I went E flat top, down low C. I love you, Lord. F top, E flat low, and then back to up D flat, G, C, F, F. I guess I'll go high B flat. I went high B flat to E flat. Let's see. E flat. That takes a lot of practice. And this thing right here, keep hitting my kneecap. My kneecap. I might have a busted kneecap. That's my right foot. trying to do 2-foot thing though. That's not. But you have to. I think my music teacher asked me this question. He said, "How in the world is they pulling this off with the sustain pedal?" I think at some point you have to have set somewhere. Like if I got it like here, that's too loud. But if that's where I want it to be at, or if I don't want to be up that high, I'm trying to set it where. Now I don't have to worry about it. My left and right foot is switching off. That's funny, y'all. My foot is getting it. My left foot is getting it over a period of time. I think the more you practice it, the more you start gaining this ability to do both left hand and right foot, left and right foot. You'll get the technique because it's just time. Basically. Now me trying to do this in a song. See how is this the one? Let me see how I do it. Trying to see, hold on. This ain't the one, is it? What track was that? I thought it was that track. Hold on. Gonna coordinate down. Let's see. Oh my God. That's not easy. I ain't even gonna lie. Okay, hold on. I gotta get this together. Let's see. Maybe I could switch it from. Maybe I could do it that way because I'm trying to do it close together. Let's see. Go up, down here. Because being them too close together, I feel like I'm trying to trick myself here. Hold on. My left foot for sure. No problem. But now I'm trying to learn how to do it both foot. Let's see. Let me get my life together. Hold on. Let me see, can I switch the body? This is not gonna be easy. Let me see if I can do it down here. This is gonna be interesting. Now I'm gonna twist my body to do it, but this is not gonna be a good idea at all. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Alright, because I'm already messed up and hurting. But anyway, y'all see what I'm saying. But that takes practice, y'all. Okay, I'm supposed to be learning this song here. I done got the song she told me to do. Got caught up in this. But learning how to play your left hand, right hand, and holding your chords long enough so that way you sound distinguished. Let me see. So what's the song she told me to do? I forgot. See, let me see. I was thinking about. So we have the Mike Burrell doing this one. Let's see, what beat I want to do this one. I don't got the rhythm for this one. Let me see. Let's see here, my door. Let me see, I don't got the rhythm that I would like to use. That for sure. What was the rhythm I was using for this? What was the rhythm into this song? Let me see, hold on, that's not the rhythm, is it? You would want to be. Oh my God, how to play? My bird. Look out how to play it. forgot my plan. I've got to put it. I might do it differently, but right now my brain is like, I can't remember. Alright, I'll come my own way, but so anyway, I think that's come on, stop spinning. Alright, so I'm gonna get to my little project. Alright, I'm gonna get back to it because it's actually gonna push me even further in doing what I gotta do. So I got my own little something that I do as well. Man, it's 10 so? Shade! I got a whole book of stuff to put in front of me, stuff to play and practice on. Oh, I forgot about this. Oh, snap. Snap at that. Snap a dappers. I got some snapper dappers in here. Okay. I wonder what I was doing here. I don't know. Let's see. What? Let me see. B flat. And then E flat. Listen, I'm not sure what I was writing here. And then, oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what this was. Let's see. Actually, this was for the keyboard, but let me see. I'm trying to figure out in my mind. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. B flat. I wrote some chords in here, so I'm trying to figure out. I know this is see, I'm not sure what the words are. Let me see. Then I'm going. Hold on. Let me see. First chord was A flat. I'm adding the left hand. I don't know what I was doing. I was writing the right hand. Let me see. And E flat. No. See, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I lost it. So, I never played this song before, so I'm trying to think. I'm making this up as I go. Let me see. Are we doing? Okay. And then what we going to E flat? Hold on. Oh, what? I wrote this. I'm trying to figure out what I wrote. Hold on, y'all. To C, F, to B flat, and then I guess we go. See how I'm trying to figure out. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. B flat to E flat and now I had to listen to the song because then this gives me an idea. I wrote this down. I don't know what I was doing. Well, now put my left hand. Let me see. That's B flat. Let me see. I want to see G. E flat. I'm trying to figure out this in my mind. If I was doing. Hold on. Let's see. I'm assuming we're going to do this. And then, let's see what we're going to be. I have to hear the song. again. I told you I'd be transcribing stuff, and I'd be like, what am I writing? I don't see the rest of this. I don't see the rest of it. I must have was messing with it for a minute. That's what I was thinking about, right? And then, let me see, okay. Whatever the word. Let me see. Whatever the word. I have to find it, so I'll listen to it. I forget it. I have to listen to it. If I do it the way I heard Devin doing it, it'd be probably different on the organ. But so how did he do it on the organ? Let me see. Actually, he did. Actually, he didn't do that. Actually, he went. Did that chord again? Did that chord again? We heard this earlier in the book. Every chord in the book. Diminished seven, major. So you know. Now he does this. He's doing this other. And then that's how he's kind of approaching it on that keyboard. But if I'm on the organ, okay, 3, 4, back to the 4, so 4, back to the 4, 3, so hold up. 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. Oh my God, I forgot the chord again. Hold on. 3, back to the 4. Hold on. We played this earlier, but we did it over the G. So now we're doing this over the C sharp. So, same chord we did earlier. I forgot it again. Alright, technically this is without the bass line, it's the minor 7 flat, minor 9 flat 5. Remember I said if we was going over to the G. So 1, 2, G. Alright, so now this is a G7 sharp 9, sharp 5. I'm sorry, G7 sharp 5. In the book, as I said there, this is A flat at 2, D flat major 7, D flat 5. Same chord I just played a minute ago. G7, sharp 5. Alright, C7, sharp 9, sharp 5. Diminished 7. Every chord I'm pulling is from the book. I'm actually seeing it in my head. So it's like A flat at 2. Going to the 3 to the 4, D flat major. 7. This is the 13 7, the 7 13 5. But now because we on the D bass, it's a D7 sharp 9, D7 flat 9 sharp 5. Did I get that correct? Let me make sure. I always say this wrong. The D7 sharp 9 sharp 5. I'm almost positive sure I'm saying it right. Alright. Because I always get it mixed up because we're using the minor chord. So the D7 sharp 9 flat 5. My bad, sorry y'all. Flat 5. D7 sharp 9 flat 5. My brain's thinking of the other chord portion too. So yeah, so A flat at 2 to D flat major 9. But because the bass line we're going to A flat at 2 to D flat major 7. Right, D7 sharp 9 flat 5. Sharp 9 is a flat 5. Alright, I already established this. I said the G7 sharp 5. But without the bass line, it's the minor 7 flat 5. Minor 9, minor 7, minor. Shut up, Andre. Minor 9 flat 5. I'm sorry, y'all. This is minor 7 flat 5. And this is minor 9 flat 5. So all these chords in the book, and then go to diminished 7 chapters. So basically, let's say what we didn't do without the bass line. We have the major attitudes in the new book. You'll find them in different routes in the chapters. But I'm also doing this particular route in the new book. But still, the same chord I'm doing is in this book as well. It's just that either I'm doing with the major voicing, or I'm using the sus2 or the sus4 or the 7 sus4 voicing. Alright, so this particular voicing, I'm putting it in the third book. Alright, but remember I can go A flat. A flat I had 2. Now I might use the sus to do it. Depends on what my mind is thinking at the moment. And now it's 3, 4, when A flat. So I've never played this song before, so I'm just saying. The 13-7 voicing. Now we have the D on the bottom because it's the bass line. So it's 7-13-5, but we calling this the D7 sharp 9 with the flat 5. D7 sharp 9 flat 5. And then we already established this the G7 sharp 5. My brain went to sleep. There it is. This is the major 7 flat 5, but the bass line is C7 sharp 9 sharp 5. Then the diminished 7, whole step over to the next diminished 7, and then to the major at 2. Technically, I guess he's doing the diminished 7 up again. And then I believe technically we're going to the major minor 9. You for the minor 9. But because he's doing it this way, doing the diminished move. Right back to the same chord, to the 3, and then 5, and then we'll do 5, do smooth on the 5, and then we're gonna go to the 2, I think. 1. All these chords in the book, y'all. Major 6. Shoot, I forgot what the other chord. Minor 7. And back to major 6. And then major add 2. Woo! A flat 9. 13. Or we can say could be the A flat 9. Hold on. Woo! Either way, either one of them was dope. No matter how I cut the mustard, they're still gonna be the dope chord. A flat major 7. It could go any type of route actually, because the way I see it sometimes, okay, without that bass line, it would have been a diminished major 7 voicing chapter 6. And then I had said the other chord will be the 9, the 7. Hold on, my brain went to sleep again. The 7. Let me pull it up. It could be, I could do the 13, flat 9, sharp 11 voicing. Let me see, because I'm doing this over A flat, so that will be over here on chapter number 53. So, the reason why I'm laughing about it, because when I did this in my other books, okay, so earlier I said this could be the diminished major 7 chord, as I said earlier, and I told y'all what chapter that would fall in. Let me give you another one. Hold on. That was over the A flat. We said, what chapter we said that was in? Hold on, I done forgot already. Chapter 6. Okay, and that will be which chapter? I would say that fall on chapter 26, because remember I'm doing this over the A flat bass line. The other one I can do is over the A flat bass line in this route too, I believe. You probably hear me doing it, and I hear myself doing it sometimes, and sometimes I'll be forgetting the fact that I'm actually doing this. Actually, let me see, what is it? Where my voicing is at? No, hold on. My voicing is this one? Yes. Now, remember, I can throw the tritone here, and then I can lied. No, not that one. Okay, I lied. Not this one. No, okay. So this is a piece of it, the piece of it without the A flat bass line, because you can do a different bass line. Scratch what I said over here. Let's go on over here to what I said earlier. I believe I forgot what chapter I said this was. Let's go back to the 19. Wait a minute. All right, 17. I think I do it over here on chapter 18. So it was the 13, the 9, sharp 5. This is without the bass line. Okay. So this is with the bass line. So let me see. Let me think how my approach to that. All right. Now you guys hear this other one. That one. All right. Now, this is the A flat major 9 sharp 11. Now that was with me playing with the right, with the note at the top. Okay, now when I go over to chapter 19, then I give it to you this way. No, just the bottom. Right, so this is the bottom, already on the bottom. Right? Alright. In fact, I said it over here in the book. The bass line A flat, and then what the left hand is doing, and what the right hand is doing. All right, so it's in the book. Now we have the F. We have the without the bass line would have been the F sharp minor 7 flat 5. All right. So this is the F sharp minor 7 flat 5 without the bass line because okay. But with the bass line, this is considered A flat 13 with the flat 9 sharp 11. What? Yeah, we hear people doing this a lot. You may hear it a lot. And it's done a lot. So I'm trying to put all of the nice, dopest chords on the planet that I can think of that any musician can end up playing and drop it in the book. Alright, but that is the minor 7 flat 5 chord movement, which I do have the minor 7 flat 5, matter of fact, actually. Let me locate it actually. Let me see, I'm trying to remember that I put the minor 7 flat 5 forcing in this book, or is it in the first book? Let me see, the minor 7. So we gotta say, what is it? The minor 7 flat 5. So let me see. That's minor 7 flat 5. I'm just trying to think that I put it in the other book. I think I actually put it in the other book. Now the 13 I mentioned. Oh, hold on, shut my mouth. So I had the minor 7 flat 5. I lied right here. So there's so many ways of doing this stuff, but like I said, there's more than one way to approach the same chord. Alright, so that's the minor 7 flat 5. Now we said earlier when we was playing the F sharp minor 7 flat 5. And you put that over A flat. And we have this one. And if I understood how to use this chord, I would have said, okay, hold on. Woo. If I want to add the A flat there. If I had enough hands and fingers. Okay, y'all, enough of this. So I'll catch y'all later on the next videos. I'm sure my wife's gonna be really tired. She's just pulling up right now. And let me go greet her at the door. She's been at work all day. And I'll catch y'all on the next videos. Y'all have a good night. And I love y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me for as long as you've been hanging out with me. For some of y'all might have sacrificed some sleep a little bit listening to my foolishness. But I'm going to come back on Oregon and get better. I got to come back. I'm still writing my book, so I might have to finish it off later on, like in June. Right before June, actually. So, but meanwhile, I got to get back on my practice on this organ thing because I haven't practiced in a while. And played, so Sunday was my first time playing, sort of by myself, I think. Me and my boy Jay. All right, J.E. in the house. We got to go. Peace and love and cornbread, y'all. Good night.